Shelly and I'm the host of the Technology for Obama Innovator Series. And today we're here with Shelly Kapoor Collins, the founder and CEO of Root Square. And we talked in the last thing a little bit about the background of your company, but I'm curious if we could just talk more about the process of kind of innovation. So, you know, there's nothing like someone who's actually started a business. Tell a little bit the story of like how the idea came about, and as you see kind of the challenges and opportunities around what makes innovation work.
So innovation is, I do believe it's a mindset. It is something where, you see an everyday action that you take, and you can actually go out and find out a way to automate it or to make it better or to make it more efficient. We do that in government. We try to make government more efficient. I think that's what happened with Root Square. I saw a process that was happening every day, and it's about making people's lives easier. For example, the founder of Zappos did that. For example, the founder of Amazon did that. And so what you're doing on an everyday basis, but making it a bit more attainable, a bit more efficient.
And how important, I mean, one of the questions I think a lot of people have in kind of starting something is it kind of, does a light bulb go off and you're like, oh my God, I got the idea? Is it something that you just kind of, you think about and kind of one day you're like, I got it? Where did the idea emerge from?
So, what's really interesting is you're always thinking, if you have that entrepreneurial mindset, if you're always, if you want to innovate, everything is an opportunity, and you see everything with a tech lens. And so, you're always thinking, oh, I could do that better, or gosh, and by the way, innovation is not about a light bulb, like a brand new idea. It's about making something that already exists even better.
And how important was being in the Bay Area? Because I think there's a real culture of innovation here. And did it make it easier? Did it make it harder to be here?
Actually, a little bit of both. So it was easier in that you're around all this innovation. Some of my good friends are entrepreneurs, very successful ones, and so you have them to thrive off of. But it was also harder because the developer pool is smaller here, because all the big companies have taken those. Yeah.
And with when you're doing something more kind of dealing in essentially the nonprofit route. Do you find that it is more exciting, less exciting as you go to hire people? I mean, because it's, there's so many things out here and so many people, some building apps and games and all sorts of stuff.
Sure.
I mean, you have a much higher purpose, and did that help you, hurt you, or really have no bearing on your ability to get good people?
Actually, the nonprofit it was very helpful for us because, fundraising is very personal. People give to the person, they give to the cause. And with a nonprofit, people give and they want to support the things that they believe in. So whichever nonprofit you're working with, there are always those people that want to push it forward, that want to help that cause.
And when you kind of initially started the company, you took that leap you talked a lot about in the last segment. How different is the idea today than it was when you first started?
It's pretty true to the original idea. I had a vision, and I was able to see that vision through, and it looks exactly as I wanted it to look.
And what do you, when you kind of dream forward and think kind of what the next 5 years look like, what do you think it'll look like 5 years from now? What do you hope it looks like 5 years from now?
So what's really interesting is, as an entrepreneur, I think there's two kinds. Those that develop something and then they stay with it, and then those that develop it and say, okay, now I'm on to the next thing. I'm probably that person who's on to the next thing. So I've developed Root Square, and now I'm working on my second product that we're in the process of developing, and has nothing to do
as a separate company.
It's a product within our parent company, but now it's actually going back to my old roots. I was at Oracle for 10 years, and I did a lot of jobs work there. So now we're doing something as it relates to jobs.
So when we sit down 5 years from now. Do you think we will tell the story of Shelly as, I've founded 5 companies in the last 5 years? Or?
No. I think it would probably be that, I've become a serial entrepreneur. I have an idea. I want to see it through. I develop the product, and then I give it off to be run, and then I go develop the next thing.
That's great. Well, it's very exciting, and we look forward to all the new things that are going to come out of your mind. So it's great, and we look forward to talking to you again.
Thank you.